What up? What up?
What up, yo?
Shit, chilling,
What's
man.
good? Button is live. We hot. What's good with you?
Nothing, man. Just kicking, laid back. Just got done feeding the kids, man. Shit, finna get it in
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah, get it in a little bit, man. Put it in a good little hour and a half, 2 hours, real quick, man. And you know how we do, bro. Here, them people come up in here, get up in the building, man. Get up in the building. Yeah, it's be a lively show today, man. Get that whole DNA thing together. You know how people they be messing it up though, don't they, bro?
Oh yeah.
Wonder why they be messing it up, yo. I guess it take heart, huh? It just take heart, yo, because science is counterintuitive. Feel me?
Yeah, it's not for the weak gutted or the weak stomachs.
Nah. The weak stomach, you done. Oh shit. Oh man. It might not be African. Oh man, it's not the African I thought. Oh man. Yeah, they hit you in the trickery pot. Put you in the trickery pot. It's funny, yo. I mean, completely funny, bro. I don't know why, boy, but I tell you, man, they be and then the uneducated put you in a real wild trick 'em spot. So now you got people arguing over what they African, but they not African. They like the sub-Saharan African is more African than the North African, and the North African is more African than the Northeast African. And it's just funny as I don't know what, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They
That's crazy. And if
again.
they knew better about the name, so of course, so we use Africa as a scientific scalpel holder tool,
Hmm.
for identification. But
Hmm.
if you go back to the true, what an African is, shoot, the tribe that they named,
Afrique.
to the continent after is an Amazigh tribe, a North African tribe.
Yeah, right. Crazy. Still African.
Still African. You're
Roman Africa. Province. Roman province.
yeah, yeah,
Oh man, yeah, man. I ain't ready, bro. It take time, yo. And it just is, man. I'm just glad to be around uh you and Gozy so long. And the fact that y'all was younger than me, man, it kept me tight. You know what I'm saying, yo? You was always up on the younger shit. You was always up on the younger thing. You know what I'm saying, yo? Like that's real talk right there, yo.
yeah.
That ain't no stage joke. That scientific literacy, man. That's that's a pivotal part of understanding, man. You know what I mean, yo? So y'all know what it is, man. Look, man, ancient Egypt, man. Let's explore it, bro. We're gonna do it. Let's explore it together, man, in its real sense, the way it was always supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Nazir Lee, man, I see you, bro. What's good with you, man?
What's up with you, bro?
Hey, man, you know what it is, man. We just talking about how, we've been in the, intersecting information, man, for at least 15 years. Um, I don't think I ever agree with you though, Nazir.
It depends. We
Even
agree
when I
on
was
some.
wrong and you was right, I didn't agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, it was some things we agreed on here and there, but for the most part, we was always well. You skeptical of every damn thing,
You
so it
gotta
don't matter.
be.
You could be right all damn day long, and you still gonna be stubborn to the bloody bitter end until that's just how it is, man. You got some guys like that, and I
Yeah,
respect it because at least I know who you is, rather
yeah.
than dealing with some cats and it's just like what I mean. You don't know what you get. So
Flammery, right?
yeah, you live or just be this backstage.
No, we live. We go ahead and get it
Okay.
going. We let the
Yeah,
people pop up in.
I'm in the whip tonight. I ain't in front of
No, you don't gotta be. You got it
my
off the dome.
laptop.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you talk about that farming. You got a real good piece together with that farming. You're that proto farming and what's the difference and all that. That's
Yeah.
part of the conversation. We're going to talk about the DNA tribes.
Okay.
Um, Digest 2013
Okay.
and Schuenemann article on ancient Egyptian mummies. Man, I got some good sources for the people, man.
Cool,
You
cool.
know, I got
Make sure if you go back to that Kadruka El Gaba, just go back and pull the video up if you want the actual slides. I got them on my phone too. You know what I mean? But I can't show it though. You feel me?
you with the farming.
Yeah, yeah. If you go back to that original video, you know what I mean, for like 2-3 minutes, we go through them slides. You feel me?
Okay, all right.
If you need that, you feel me?
No, I don't need it, man. I know you
Okay.
tight with it, yo. It's interesting, man. I know African teacher, man, he tripping.
Is he gonna come on or what?
Nah, I ain't coming on. He got slick. Well, you know, why would I be around some people that read a Wikipedia article? Really, yo? He need the Wikipedia article. Something to
Yeah,
put some brakes on him.
Wikipedia is cool as long as you indicate whether the article has been updated or it hasn't. That's it.
I mean,
Cause some,
we understand the full range of Wikipedia. What's going on, Ron Burgers, man? What it do?
Yeah,
Jody Breeze, what's up with you, man? Jew, Pseudo Killer Official, Jody Breeze, Pseudo Killer Army, man. What's up with you? Thurman, what's up with you, man? Appreciate your support,
yeah,
man. Fontaine, man. Appreciate your member, man. I see you, Mr. Molly, man. What's up with you, bro? I see you shining in the green, man. We're gonna learn something. West African. What's up with you? Taj, my man, Midwest. Y'all know what it is. Got 18,000 building, man. We're gonna have a serious show tonight, man. Man, I'm telling y'all, bro. We're gonna update stuff, put it in its proper perspective, man. Because you know that's just what we do, man. We make sure everything in a proper perspective because it's the hard way. And y'all know what it is, yo. I'm Bobby Banger, and I'm doing my thing all the way. But we're gonna make sure that this show right here is dead serious, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be super tight, man. Popping up on a joint, man. Gonna make sure it's right. We're gonna make sure it's
yeah.
tight.
Hey, Nas, I got my bad.
Yeah. We rolling G3 the hard way, legacy we claim. Unlocking chemists wisdom, they remember our name. I'm the God killer, from the streets, no shame. Dive in the metal metal, unleash the ancient flame. Pseudos fall back, they can comprehend. Real ones rise up, knowledge never ends. We the hard way, we break the chains. Unlocking secrets, no more mundane. Chemist power running through our veins. Pseudo killers fade while we stake our claims.
Yeah, man. Y'all know what it is, man. It's 3 the Hallway, man. I'm your host, Bobby Banger, man. I got Gullah. What's going on, Gullah? What it do? What it do? What it do, brother? How you feeling?
What's good with it, y'all? What's good with it, y'all? You know what I'm saying? Just keeping the scientific, keeping the methodology in check. You know what I'm saying? We finna get it in tonight. You know what I'm saying? Crack open these books, crack open these sources, and get to the point.
Yeah, we're gonna get him out the game. Hey, African teacher, I see you talking real slickery. What's going on, Nazir Lee? What it do, man? What it
hey,
do?
it's good to be here. You know, amongst you, distinguished gentlemen. You know, another night, another Sunday night where we get it in. The Sunday night main event. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the
So,
main event all week.
show,
Top notch. They be waiting to get to this show. You feel me?
show, show.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, let's put that African teacher. Yo, this one's for you. He say, just make it spicy. Y'all had 9 years to go over that. Get out of here, man. Let me do this. Let's add this up here. Let's see. Let me
Hey,
see.
Nas, I got a little bit more information on the Onanian culture and all that, like some updated stuff. But we can talk
Let's
about that
see.
on my show later. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
2013. No, what is it? We in 2024. Am I correct? Is this 2024? Subtracted by 2013. That's 11 years. You can't count, African teacher. So if you got an article that's 11 years old, you may be in trouble, specifically when you're talking about DNA, because DNA gets upgraded. The way they do it, now they got ancient DNA studies. They've They've learned how to really deal with ancient DNA way, way better than they was 11 years ago. And so this issue that we're having is with the DNA tribes article. You got people pushing that, like African teacher. He pushed that foolery. All right. Sure does. And he's not telling you that it's actually outdated, but it actually is outdated. But he won't tell you. Why not tell us? Because he's afraid of what's going to come out of it. Because he does not understand what it means to be outdated. Okay. We know what it means to be outdated, right? Outdated doesn't mean because uh the information that you're using is old, because the information that you're using can be old. The date can be older, but the information still stands. Outdated means that the information does not still stand. It does not fly with the scientific consensus. Everybody on the panel, we should be on that. You tried to play with us last week, Nazia, with that outdated thing. You like to play with us. So we all on one accord with what outdated mean. Outdated don't mean that the date is old. What it means is that information that's in the older article is not flying today. Are we all on one accord with that?
Yeah, yeah.
You
It was
wasn't
2 weeks.
laughing.
It was 2 weeks ago though, but okay.
uh, man. Well, you funny.
So let's get straight to it. So African teacher, man, you know, he been talking about this farming, and I'm like this, bro. You know, I'm at a point in my life, as an independent researcher, where if you got a source, if you got some valid information, just present it. I'm beyond the ego or the aha moment. I got you, and I know guys is out here looking for that. You know what I mean? I noticed that a lot on Facebook, IG, everywhere, man. Everybody's looking for that I got you moment. So, African online teacher, if you got something, bro, dealing with farming in the ancient Sudan or wherever, bro, just come up and present it. You feel me? If it's valid, we can't do nothing but respect that, bro. But based on what you got showed a month ago, you know what I mean? You still haven't humbled yourself enough to say, damn, you know what, Unc, brother Unc, I came on your show, you showed me, you was writing this that. It is what it is. There was no early farming, there is no outlier. You feel me? So if you got something on that, present it. Now I don't know what he's talking about as far as the DNA, Unc, so you gotta put me up on game as in terms of what what he's talking about with that.
Well, yeah, well, he's always he going so this is the let me share my screen. Let me get to this. Where you at, Gullah? Good. All right,
Right here, hold on.
all right, hold on. All right, here's the article in question. When everybody that had his website, man, this how we do it. So this is a learning environment right here because we teaching. If you just talking, then you just talking. Let me drop the link for y'all. All right, this how we do right here. Now I'm not even listening to you DNA try. You got slick at the mouth. You got slick with the Twitter, YouTube fingers. But my keyboard karate is better than yours. And I want to read that too, because you really, really got slick there, right? I don't mind you getting slick, but you got to be able to get slick. You got to be able to uphold your slickness. All right. Don't make your slickness average, because my slickness is not average. Let's see. I think it was right here. Let me see. Was you on here? Let me see. Was it this one? Let me see. Might have been a man day. Cause you be sitting back in the chat. You be in that back of that chat, boy. No, this ain't the one. Hold on. This ain't the one. I'm gonna get you. But I put that link in there for y'all. I think it was this. 3 the hard way. Hold on. Probably this one. All right. And okay, it was this one right here. All right. Anyway, I put that link in there. Go ahead, save y'all to y'all folder. We're gonna get back to that. Let's get to the slickness real quick. Here you go. African teacher. Oh, you say obviously Nazir Lee hasn't even heard of that. What's that? How you say that? The Tishet. All right. I think this you right here, right? Nazir. Think you say the steps towards urbanization began 5,000 BCE. So what you see at 3000 BCE in the valley was progress well before. It says, so the groups in the desert, including many of our historical ancestors from West Africa, did not adapt and became marginalized by not updating their lifestyles to the trends in the valley. By the time we get 2000, 1000 BCE, that experienced direct ancestors had from the Green Sahara and dealing with the various cultures, etc. It allowed us to implement in West Africa pre-Holocene populations and in West here, not us. We're not us. It say we were already in the Green Sahara, waiting to be downstream at the same point. Laugh. All right, you want to say something to that?
What time? Well, what time period were we already there? Because before we was in the Green Sahara, especially Proto Niger Congo speakers, we was in the east. I mean, we was in like Western Sudan in the east. You know what I'm saying? Because we come out of them proto.
Yeah. All right. Well, you got now. I don't know where you at, Nazir. All right, let's move to the next African teacher. Once again, he's chatty in the pad. He say, this is after the show. He's got a lot to say. He say, oh, we reading verbatim from the Wikipedia again. All right. I said, I respond with, you should try it. It's a good outline. Keeps the rails on the conversations. Hit that damn link and stop running. That's what I said. This is what he said. I will not be stepping into anyone's live without a competent moderator who knows more than myself and the person I am arguing with. So he's suggesting that the moderator, which is me, is not more competent than him. At this point, I wasn't saying who was more competent. I think we can all learn from each other. That's how I'm feeling. A person that ain't been on YouTube and read a couple good solid sources on the particular area we're talking about could definitely be more competent than me in a certain area. I recognize that as not being an expert, but he keeps going on. He say, I have done it before, and it's a waste of time with people who will argue over whether farming agriculture to save face in the discussion, or call me a black geologist that you are for providing data that shows a North African fossil to resemble Zulu. Nope, hard pass. Bet. Thanks for the previous invites though. It's all love. Nah, ain't all love. It's straight to the grind is what it is. It's straight to the grind. Ain't no love in that statement, right? Because you talking and you type of fingers.
Nitty-gritty.
Yeah, let's get to the nitty gritty. It says, at African teacher, this is mine because my keyboard karate is better than his. I'm not inviting you anywhere. You're just chatty in the chat. You should ask yourself. You're stunningly with yourself. Would I say stunningly? Nah, stumbled. Nah, what was the word I was trying to use? Let me see. Nah, I don't know. I misspelled that. What I was trying to say was you struggled. Yeah, the thing went, you were struggling. I hit him with the struggling. You should ask yourself, you were struggling with Chief X on the panel with ninjas who don't understand science. So you passing clearly showing me you're running for real competition. You're the only one on the panel that doesn't understand the transition to farming. Knock it off and study up. He goes back because he's coming back. He say, I can't be running from competition because you're not my competition. And you can verify that with anyone who knows the both of us. Okay. I'm going to verify it on here. Basically, someone at the level of Ngozi and above is my competition. He will tell you that with a straight face. Ask him. Matter of fact, ask him live on the next stream and use that for content. Goes on to say, if you was a serious person, you would know who is who outside of YouTube community, and you would know the level of information I have contributed. that has people discussing the concepts they are even talking about. What? So he actually think he started the conversation about talk. I particularly birthed. Look at this. This is another one of them guys. He's like a Chief X guy. Look, I particularly birthed some of these ideas that finally trickled down to you YouTubers who are about 10 to 14 years late. Thus, I can introduce 10-year-old articles I read and discussed 10 years ago, but you just seeing for the first time. And just finding farming goes back deeper than you knew in the Sudan. There you go. You say, y'all just getting around to dismissing race. When I uploaded those excellent Kiata videos 15 years ago. How you getting slick? And he gonna say, stop it. Now I gotta hit with the educated format of talking now. I said, dial it back a bit. Projecting confidence is fine. But remember, it's not about where you start. It's where you're at now. If you're having trouble holding your own with Chief X, who often struggles to grasp the nuances of the fields of science, that should be a signal. For the record, let me clarify. Downloading a Soy Kiata video simultaneously with me doesn't indicate any particular insight. The content of those videos is complex, centered around evolutionary science and its application to the Nile Valley population. Your recent discussions reflect a gap in your understanding of evolutionary theory, highlighted by your challenges with Chief X and misrepresentation of ancient American DNA. Yeah, I had, when I see a person trying to get, then I just go ahead and hit them with the, you know what I'm saying? Like I can, how they say, dine with bums, you know what I'm saying? And waddle with bums and dine with kings. You know what I'm saying? I can switch up the language on them. I can bring my penmanship up if I need be. That's only if I got to. Just having fun with them. But to let you know, check this out, bro. I can go back 14 years and show that same Samata Kiata video. So I don't know what he talking about. I don't know you outside YouTube because I don't know you outside YouTube. You ain't made no noise outside of YouTube. I made my bones on YouTube. Don't hate me, hate the game. That's what we do. We YouTubers, right? And we ain't mad at it. So there you go. So yeah, stay right there in the chatty and do what you do. Stay right in the chatty, right? And understand this show right here ain't made for you because you playing with us. You acting like you something you're not. Stop playing, yo. If you were serious about what you was doing, you know what I'm saying, you would do what you do. So go ahead and write I read your little stuff. Horrible. Yeah, knock it off. Black. Don't make me pull up the stuff you wrote. I don't want to do you like that. I'm gonna give you a break. I'm gonna give you a break because you don't got a channel. I don't want to bully you, so I'm not gonna pull your stuff up. Hey, Nazir Lee, I see that picture right there. Let me see if I can tell you what that's a picture of. That's a picture of a particular famine in Egypt, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Damn. Which one is it? It's the
that's the 6th dynasty, Unis Causeway.
Yeah, that's the famine. I knew it was, though.
Yeah, and that's supposed to be a depiction
Bible.
of Bedouins in the desert areas. And the reason why I use it as a screenshot tonight is just because it's been relevant to the past few weeks' conversation dealing with those people that were in the deserts. That's all. No significance, no relation or anything like that to the Hebrews or anything like that. This isn't 2013. We don't do that no more. But let me just say this with African Online Teacher, man. See, Ray Nagin said something. I don't know if you guys remember Ray Nagin. I think he may have passed away.
Ray Hagins, yo, he ain't passed down.
Oh, okay, my bad.
You call him Ray Nagin.
Ray. But look, Ray Hagins, he debated a brother back in the day, and he wasn't prepared, right? And he said, I read everybody's book and I had everybody else's mind except my own. He said some guys do that. So this is the dangerous, man, when you have a romanticism and a over infinity type, reverence for the elders. Because John Henry Clark, he said something. He said, I don't debate anybody but my equals or something like that. I know you probably know it better than me, that quote. But it's the same thing that happened with Dr. King. Yeah, where you had all these preachers that came after him. Everybody had tried to mimic him. You know what I'm saying? So I noticed in the Afrocentric community, everybody tries to use that quote like, "Oh, you're not my equal," and it all stems from that quote and that saying from Dr. John Henry Clark. We're talking about early farming in the Sudan. It's so easy to get on the #1 show on YouTube dealing with this ancient history thing. You know what I mean? Like the early history, man, on YouTube to get on here with a source and come with it. It's so easy to do right now. You got the link. You could come on here right now, bro. You feel me? Like you got the ability to do that right now, but yet you don't do it and you study talking, man. It kind of shows your level of integrity, bro. Like for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? But it's almost like the brother is becoming irrelevant at this point because
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I don't give Chief X no credit, yo, because even when he getting it right, he got out of context and be wrong. Yeah, but he definitely struggled with him, yo. So you
Yeah.
can't be struggling with lower competition, bro, and then think you're gonna dive on here and get that right. Mm, mm. Yeah, okay. All right, so I want to show you. I want to do this for y'all. This is the DNA Tribes joint right here. I put the link in there. All right, for y'all. Let me drop the link in here again for y'all. All right, this will get you to the actual page. You're supposed to go to the digest articles, right? All right, I'm gonna drop this in here for y'all. Now he don't gotta jump up. He's pseudo. I don't. The pseudos always are good. Misrepresent articles. Tell him drop that link where he claim his eloquent writing is. Yeah, he fumbling the ball. His writing is pseudo. He got pseudo writing. He thought he was slick for 14 years. He thought it was slick. That's what's wild. Your writing ain't even serious. Don't make me. I don't want to do it. Don't make me pull your writing up now, bro. So here, you click this on me right here. DNA Tribe Digest, February 13th. Ramses III in African ancestry in the 20th dynasty, New Kingdom. All right. And you got the PDF right here. Let me see if I can give you all the PDF too. All right. All right. So we're gonna figure out if the DNA, if this article is all right, here, go right here. Let me make it big for you. Gullah, you got something to say about the DNA Tribe article? Here you go.
Oh, no, I just got back. I had ran the story. Go, yeah, man. But yeah,
Don't be
DNA Tribe.
We're the DNA article. We're the DNA Tribe. I
No,
just got
I
back
was
from
gonna,
the store.
no, I was gonna say yeah, but DNA Tribes like they don't have enough samples today. They might have some samples back then just to do the comparison, but they don't have as many samples as a lot of the top, companies had today. The more samples you have, the more accurate your results gonna be.
Yeah, it was definitely for the so y'all can get the DNA trials on Facebook too. All right. But this right here, introduction. This is the Ramses III, African ancestry, 20th dynasty in the New Kingdom. But you always hear them talk crazy about the New Kingdom, though, right? You ever heard the elders say the New Kingdom was invaded? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all all remember that. Don't play like y'all did not. People listening, we all heard them say, well, the New Kingdom ain't this, ain't that. Okay, so we got hello, welcome to the February 13th issue of DNA Tribes. This month's article features geographical analysis of autosomal DNA from from two ancient individuals, Pharaoh Ramses III and another individual, possibly his son, who lived 3,000 years ago during the 20th dynasty. 3,000 years ago is 1,000 BCE, and y'all all cry about people invading 1,000 BCE. So I don't know why y'all even glorifying this article. Goes on to say previous issue of DNA Tribes indicate African-related ancestry King Tut and other royal mummies from the Amana period. They say in this issue, results indicate that the later Pharaoh Ramses II also inherited alleles that are most frequent in present-day populations of sub-Saharan Africa. All right, here you go. All right. Okay. Even this particular paper talks about migrations near Egypt during and after the time of Ramses III into the Bronze Age, right? Unknown, what's his megalinium related cultures, Semitic expansion, Canaanites, Red Sea, Hebrew Phoenicians, Nabateans, and Sabaeans, Kushite cultures, Bantu migrations. All right, they go farther than the Arab hunter-gatherer, Hausa. All right, pre-Phoenician North African, Sea People migrations, Kush, Nubia. All right, see where the Arabs was pointing at. Okay, all right. Let's get to the thing y'all all be loving. Y'all be loving this right here. So right here, Ramses III. Okay, uh, African Great Lakes. Okay, unknown E-man, possible. All right, possible pet to wear. Okay, all right. Let me see. Okay, scores for autosomal STR profiles of Ramses III, an unknown man, possibly Petaware, based on the world regions identified by DNA tribes. STR analysis. Each MLI score identifies the likelihood of occurrence of the STR profile in that region versus the likelihood of occurrence in the world as a whole. Okay, it say for more about the world regions identified by DNA tribes analysis, we go to this. Let's see if I can get that. Put this in the thing for y'all. Y'all can just read up on that. We don't get into that today. I remember actually reading this back in the day. And y'all like, yeah, you know, oh man, hold on. Oh shit. Man. I was like, yeah. And for the time 13, 11 years ago, yeah, it was dope, right? But this ain't they do. We now based off now, even they got a connection to Japan, Central America. First of all, y'all probably don't even understand how to read this right here. Okay. All right. And I just read it. I'm not sure if I actually had it up on the screen. All right, what this chart is actually saying. All right, hit the rewind. So I don't want to read y'all the read them ship y'all half to death. It say these results indicate that both Ramses III, unknown man E, possibly his son Petaware, shared ancestry component with the present day population of sub-Saharan Africa. All right, it says these preliminary analysis based on 8, listen closely, 8 STR markers does not identify the percentages of sub-Saharan African ancestry for these ancient individuals. I'm gonna read this again because most y'all didn't read it. Y'all just seen it. You see people making videos. We're gonna address the people that make the videos off this, but they don't really read it, do they? It says this primarily analyzes, okay, analyzes based on 8 STR markers, does not identify the percentages of sub-Saharan African ancestry for these ancient individuals. This preliminary analysis also does not exclude additional ancestral components, such as Near Eastern, Mediterranean related components for these ancient pharaonic Egyptians. So it don't exclude it, right? All right. So in addition, these DNA match results in present day world regions might in part express population changes in Africa after the time of Ramses III, particularly DNA matches of present day populations in South Africa and the African Great Lakes might to some degree reflect genetic links with ancient populations formerly living closer to the New Kingdom Egypt, okay, that have expanded southward in the Neolithic Bantu migration in the past 3,000 years. Ain't nobody actually read that. So I know y'all heard me real clear the way I just read that. So it's clear, based off of the reading of this, that even back then, most of y'all got it wrong. But to still try to promote that now is out of order. You want to add something to that, Gullah? Let me see. I got to check. You might not. You Gullah be popping in and out. Let me see. Let me keep moving. All right. So let's figure out if it's quote unquote out of date or not. Let's see. Check and see where we at. So y'all see the article, the DNA trials. We're trying to figure out. Hold on, I'm gonna get this right here real quick. This little map right here. All right. You see certain affinities there to that modern population. Remember I said that modern population? They're talking about affinities to the modern population. But y'all say the modern population ain't got nothing to do with the ancient population. Huh. Do I gotta read that again for y'all? Because that's the running theme. The running theme is that the modern population don't got nothing to do with the ancient population. These results indicate that both Ramses III and the unknown man E, possibly his son Petaware, shared an ancestral component with the present-day population of sub-Saharan Africa. This preliminary analysis, based on 8 STR markers, does not identify the percentages of sub-Saharan African ancestry for these ancient individuals. Oh yeah, I'll tell y'all funny, y'all.
That stuff it be ridiculous, man.
It ain't even fun, yo.
Cause like how can the Arabs
Ain't
switch
even
over the
funny, yo.
whole population? And then Arabs went into West Africa too. Why they didn't do the same thing in West Africa? If that's the case.
But I'm saying we reading it, y'all. Ain't nobody even reading to y'all. They just seen a marker and went crazy. But when you actually read it, it don't even say what they were saying, yo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read it slow again. Oh man, I've got a video coming out on somebody's head for using this and looking slick and using it. They say these results, I'm gonna make it bigger because baby, y'all can't see it. These results indicate that both Ramses III and the unknown man E, Petaware, possibly shared an ancestral component with the present day population of sub-Saharan Africa. These preliminary analysis, based on 8 STR markers, does not identify the percentage of sub-Saharan African ancestry for these ancient individuals. This preliminary analysis also does not exclude additional ancestral components near Eastern Mediterranean components for these ancient pharaonic populations. In addition, these DNA matches results in present-day world regions might be part of the expressed population changes in Africa after the times of Ramses II. Look, man, y'all got it, man. Y'all, I'm gonna put this in here for y'all again, man. And now we're gonna see, even if that is outdated, but even reading that brings us closer to really understanding it. See how it is, yo? Why is my phone going off like that? Crazy, bro. You want to add something to that, Gullah, real quick?
Yeah, that's wild, bro.
They ain't even read it, did they?
Gullah.
Yeah.
Gullah, let me ask you a question, Gullah. So is the argument that because it's EM2, and although it's EM2, the downstream, what downstream marker it exactly is not
No, we don't know.
identified.
We don't know if we know it's EV38. We don't know if it's exactly EM2 though. We just know it's
Okay.
EV38.
Okay.
You know,
It don't
EM2.
matter,
Yeah,
yo. It don't
yeah.
matter. We can
No,
Yeah, it
read
don't
what
I
we
matter
know that,
though.
but
get.
I'm saying, are they using that as a premise to say, see,
Yeah, they
aha,
saying
we were there.
Yeah, we were there, we sub-Saharan African. And see, that's enough. We're gonna get into, like, for me, right? I understand what indigenous African is. I don't think you're more indigenous because you sub-Saharan African, or because you South African, or because you Northeast African, or because you Northwest African, or because you I don't think that. Racism, white supremacy got us thinking that sub-Saharan Africa, because they marginalized that part, was, you know what I'm saying, some kind of different from a Northeastern African. When I say different, I'm talking about is there's different exchanges of different mixtures, right? But I'm saying they make it seem like that the Negroes is the sub-Saharan African And then the non-Negroes is the North African. The Northeast Africans, they ain't figured that out. So, but in reality, the term Negro was a racialized term that was placed on by colonial powers, right? And so they divvied it up and made it the way they want to make it. But now, in the times of science, we can understand the variations of the different Africans in different areas. Is that they're variations of each other. We see that.
Yeah.
And the closer
Yeah.
you are to this region, you're going to have that mixture there. So that population that's in North Africa, in Northeast Africa, in the Nile Valley, near the Delta, in those areas, right? They're going to have more affinities to that. Why is that? To that Mediterranean area. Yeah, I'm saying that's not an issue.
Yeah, it's
But
not
that
an
does
issue.
not stop them North Africans from being indigenous Africans, but people don't understand it. But go ahead, go. Because then
Yeah,
we're going
it
to get
don't
to it.
stop. It don't stop. It don't stop. And then the people gotta really consider like certain markers go through bottlenecks. So you can have a minority group or certain group that's around the Nile Basin, not necessarily north, but it can leak into the other regions and overlap into other regions and become part of that gene pool. You know what I'm saying? It's like the EV38 or the E marker that Ramses III do have. It possibly could have came from the Cadofian population. There's, you know what I'm saying? They in the Nile Basin. You know what I'm saying? It's not too far fetched for somebody or a couple of men to leak over into that population and get absorbed.
Man, listen. And of course, you got African teachers super typing fingers. We ain't getting nothing confused. Look, y'all getting this is not about the M2 or V3. This article is about the autosomal stem affinities. Y'all, I'm not confusing them. I'm reading it. See how you do that? I'm reading it, bro. Let me stop mentioning you. You're done for the day. Either hit the link or you don't. You're done. There you go. Not even talking about it. Now we want to see if this article, even based off the
Yeah.
mischaracterization of it. Okay, so the question is, here's the question. Okay, DNA tribes from February 1st, 2013. Are these results now considered outdated or invalid? Let's see.
Yeah. And then too, they always come out like people get caught up in yeah, Y chromosome, autosomal. Yeah, when people migrate into different groups, like one person or a couple of people migrate and get absorbed into another group. They don't only bring their haplogroup with them. They bring their autosomal DNA with them too. That goes into that gene pool. So you talking about a whole human being. So they're not just coming. Oh, I'm just dropping off my Y chromosome. No, they're bringing the whole genome with them. Y chromosome, autosomal, everything with them.
They got the mark on their head. All right, so DNA tribes, man, and utilizes the autosomal short tandem repeats. That's that STR markers for genetic ancestry analysis. They say while STR analysis offer insight into genetic relationships, it also has limitations compared to more advanced methods available today. So y'all hear that? So that short tandem repeats, no matter what them dudes in the chat is saying, right? Okay. While the STR analysis offer insight into genetic relationships, and what was that relationship talking about? They was talking about their relationship to the ancient population, the modern population. But that can't, y'all don't want that because y'all say the modern population ain't got nothing to do with the ancient population. I got them. Put me in the game, coach. So short tandem repeats, insight into genetic relationships. It has limitations compared to the more advanced methods available today, 11 years later. So 11 years later, we have more advanced methods available. Okay, limitations for the STR analysis, resolutions, okay, and precision. STR markers provide limited resolution, making it challenging to accurately trace complex ancestral lines or detect recent genetic events. Reference populations. The accuracy of STR-based ancestry tests depends on the diversity and size. Well, I said size of the reference population database. You want to talk about that real quick? Because you talk about how that was limited, Gullah.
Oh yeah. Oh, you
Faded.
said you talking about yeah, they
You
limited.
said
Yeah, they
you
limited
said the
on the
database. I'm
yeah,
not
the
gonna
data.
call you no more. You
Yeah, the
out the
data. Yeah,
lunch.
the database is limited because the sources or the matches they had. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Uh, the company has to have or at least be popular or what I'm saying, have enough matches around the world to get them on active. That's why like a lot of these like popular DNA what they call commercial ones or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They still
Mm-hmm.
accurate. but they have enough, you know what I'm saying, they have enough they have succumbed enough matches to become more accurate. That's why they update. So they update, more they update, the closer it is to accurate results. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, National Geographic, you know what I'm saying, used to be a real good, real good DNA, you know what I'm saying, company, you know what I'm saying, with, Spencer Wells on top of that. It was good for when it, at its time, but it became obsolete, you know what I'm saying, as other companies became more popular, 23andMe, Ancestry gained more matches, you know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit more accurate.
All right. All right. So yeah, we on their heads. So yeah, I dropped the source too. Talking about DNA tribe database, I dropped that source for there. It's a DNA tribes had a database of samples from 660,000 individuals representing 1,000 100 1,200 populations around the world, including 950 plus indigenous populations. However, the comprehensiveness of this data may not match that of current leading services. Advancements. Let's talk about the advancements, right? And drop a source for you for the advancements now. Let you know what the field is. And anybody teaching y'all should always advocate for advancements no matter what the answers are. Here's the Journal of Nature. We're going right to the Journal of Nature right there. We're a proud member of the Journal of Nature. I just dropped that for y'all. All right. Drop that for y'all. Get that out of there. Y'all should have that. Journal of Nature.
Yeah, where goes he at? Where goes he tonight?
You got emergency. We might run it again. Here you go. Truly globe marked. Ancient human genome count surpasses 10,000. The majority for sequences come from people who lived in West Eurasia, but samples from other regions are on the rise. All right. Let me get off this screen so I can get into it. So I won't get my daggone login information.
And then too, when you take
free.
DNA tests, the best thing to do is to do not just one company, do multiple companies and compare. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how you really get to it. Yeah, that's definitely how you really get to it. That's how you really get to it. Hold on. Let me get to it. I want y'all to know what it is. All right, here we go. Now we're here. Yeah. Y'all ain't thinking we was members, huh? Yeah, we members of the goddamn thing. Here you go. All right. Now this is in 2023. That's 2023. All right. All right. Let me finish the source I'm using. All right. Okay, let me finish. Advancements, whole genome sequence advancements in sequencing technology now allow for reconstruction of entire genomes from ancient remains, providing a more detailed view of the genetic relationships. As of April 2023, over 10,000 ancient human genomes have been sequenced, offering unprecedented insight into the human evolution migration patterns. Y'all see it right there in front of y'all daggone face. All right, right in front of y'all face. All right, here you go right here. All right, they coming from 2015, that article from 2013. All right. Yo, this is how we do it around here on this show. Yo, we don't play with y'all. We don't play no games. We don't act like we this. We don't act like we that. We don't talk that talk, but we damn sure walk that walk. I'm gonna tell the truth. We talk that talk and we walk that walk. So you see it right here, the rise of those genomes being mapped here. You're all the way up here, full genomes being mapped right there. What I want y'all to see is the African genomes for ancient people with genome data to the thousands is the low numbers in Africa. Now that's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. But they working on it. They got that new study, Schuenemann, coming out, don't they, Gullah? That's definitely a problem. 3%, Central Asia 5%, America 7%, Eastern Asia 8%, Middle East 8%, Europe and Eurasia 67. We know why that is, right? Because they putting the money on the situation. Y'all thought I was going to say something else. They spending that bread for that. All right. They always start, and the question is, with the cancer research and stuff, why aren't you spending the money in the most diverse population, which is in Africa? Have the most diverse population. Why wouldn't you try to sequence a lot of those indigenous populations for the answers to cancer and stuff like that? That's an ongoing fight in science. That David Rowe right there, source David Rowe. Right. Fault. There you go. Okay. Let me keep.
And then too, you got that. That's a major component. But then too, shoot, some areas in Africa is hard to get to because of the tropical, region. And then shoot, some places shoot like Sudan and places like Libya, shoot, it's kind of dangerous. Like some the government might be messed up, or this might be true. You might be civil war or something in certain areas.
Yeah.
Some of those
Okay.
tribes also be skeptical of those scientists coming in to running tests on them as well.
Yeah, especially coming to some Muslim country. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you finding out no sciences and you know what I'm saying.
Oh shoot, you funny, yo.
They finna give us the AIDS virus. Oh.
Oh man, here we go. Biochronology, biotech chronology and health. Here you go. Ancient DNA analysis. 10 breakthrough technologies in 2023. Read this. Don't let them fake y'all out. Do not let them fake y'all out. We giving you all the information. Y'all can do your own thing. Read the information. Yo, we're gonna be dropping link in a minute. There you go. There you have it right there. Do not let them trick y'all. I'm gonna say this again. Do not let Egyptian mania and the black houses trick you. Make them love Africa like we love Africa. We love Africa so much, we want to give you the truth. We're not afraid of the scientific answers. Not at all. So high thought put, that's THROUGHPUT sequencing. That's called next generation sequencing. That's NGS. But drop this in it for y'all. All right. So y'all know new word. Look it up. Okay. Here you go. Look it up. Look it up. There you go. There you have it. Okay. Methods have revolutionized ancient DNA analysis, enabling large-scale studies and the sequencing of genomes from extinct species, such as woolly mammoth. Say this has expanded our understanding of extinct human species and their interaction with modern humans. There you go. All right. Bioinformatics and computational. Hold on, man. What I'm talking about? Computational tools. All right. That's bioinformatics and computational tools. Enhanced computational methods have improved the analysis of complex ancient DNA data sets, allowing for more accurate construction of ancient genomes and better understanding of genetic diversity. Let me get that source to y'all. I'm telling you, man, do not let them play with y'all, bro. There you go. Technical advances and challenges in DNA scale analysis of ancient DNA. All right. So to say, let him vent just blowing off steam. Yeah, he just blowing off the pseudo, the black algae pseudo. And by no means, don't take my word for it, because on the panel we got variations of people what they think about African teacher. I just don't think he's an African teacher. I think he's a African preacher. It's a difference there. I think he's preaching. He tried though. But I'm gonna give you attaboy. I'm gonna give my attaboy. I'm gonna give you that. Yeah, I heard you talk though. I'm like,
What's crazy is when he had a chance to discuss farming back on that show, he was quiet because he was learning new information, and he got destroyed pretty much. So you know what I mean. You had your opportunity, bro. You know what I mean.
He did have his chance. He ain't won it. He was playing. So while DNA Tribes Digest provide valuable insight in 2013, the field of genetics ancestry analysis has advanced significantly, ladies and gentlemen. Modern techniques such as whole genome sequences and high thought put sequences offer more precise, comprehensive insight into the human genome history. And I gave y'all a lot of damn sources because I ain't want to hear that man talk about the Wikipedia thing. Although he needs to absolutely start with Wikipedia. That's what he needs to do. Okay. So let me share this right here. Here's the sources for all y'all. National Geographic, Ancient Genome, from Neanderthals to Black Plague, Ancient DNA. That's BMS Genetics, BMC Genetics, the past for the future genomes. All right. Y'all can go back and look at this and copy and paste and do whatever y'all want. All sources. Y'all not getting past it. DNA tribes articles. I gave you that. Table of contents, introduction, family tree guides. Whole nine y'all say. I don't know what y'all think y'all talking about. Who y'all think y'all messing with? American Academy, genetic ancestry testing, tribes, ethics, identity, and health. It's all here. Go back and read the thread. Go back, rewind it, and take a snapshot of what I got right here. I dropped a few of them in there. I don't want to get us bogged down. All right.
What's so weird, and it shows you just how lazy a lot of these guys are.
Lazy.
They don't even try to like use like some of the migrations that have occurred to at least introduce that into the conversation. They don't even try to use that. You never hear these guys talk about the Green Sahara. You never hear them talk about movement, using
Mm-mm.
anthropology, archaeology. They don't, all they want to go is straight to this DNA tribes article or the Ramsey II and his possible son. You know what I mean? Like that's lazy work, man. Real
Oh,
lazy work.
ain't it lazy work? Ain't it? Ain't it? Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's lazy work. But this is the one that uses a lot of this up-to-date stuff, almost, because it's 2023 now. But let's come to the 2017 article, the Schuenemann article. This is part of the show here. Schuenemann. How many of y'all actually read the Schuenemann article? I read it. And I fought over it and argued over it. I did all the over it's. Ah, man. Let me find the Schuenemann article. Schuenemann.
You're a grown
All right.
man. You're a grown man, African teacher. Hit the link and come on here, bro. You're a grown man. Come on, stop it,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, he just talking. Because he better than everybody. He went to school. Ain't went to no school like nobody else. Stop it. You ain't that slick. Don't make me pull my YouTube channel showing you that I was playing the same articles, yo. Don't come on, bro. And the thing about it is, yo, we catch all the uploads for the last 15 years, yo. We catch 20 years, we catching uploads, yo. We come on, man. I talked to Samataki out on the phone. How many times you talk to the man on the phone, bro? Don't make me verify that, bro. Don't make me bring somebody to verify that I have conversations with him. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. So this is the up to date. This is received 2016, 2017. Remember this one? Ancient Egyptian mummy genome suggests an increased sub-Saharan African ancestry in post periods.
Oh yeah,
Remember that?
yeah. This and this one and this one like yeah this one
Verena.
they
Verena.
updated this one. So they found
Schuenemann is
out
the lead author on this. This is a
yeah,
strong paper because it got about, man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20 people on the damn paper. Strong paper
yeah,
here.
yeah. Kieta them beat this up after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Because they found out.
And you know what? Because that's what science is. You don't just, that's what science does. It's
Yeah,
supposed to. Matter of fact, I enjoy reading the responses to the articles. That's what I get joy out of.
yeah. Because they found out. Yeah. It was some substantive components that came in during this time, but it also was some ancient components that was there too. You know what I'm saying?
So here you go right here. Can we see this? El Fayum. When we talk about the Fayum in this area, look at the area. Cairo, look at that. Look where it's located. Look at the spot. The
Yeah.
Bahia Oasis. The Bahia Oasis. Do, 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 do. There you go. Even better for y'all. Northern Oasis in the hieroglyphics. There you go. It's the northern. For all the meta-nature scholars, y'all should be able to read this. Let's be able to read that. All right. Y'all can use y'all map coordinates right here. Longitude and latitude, ladies and gentlemen, they're the coordinates right there. Whoop. See, we hit that. Coordinates right there. All right. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get right to it. MapQuest. Y'all get right to it. There it go. All right, let me back. This is easy work for us. Ain't nothing complicated about this. So we see where it's at, right? All right. Understand where you at when you talking that talk. African teacher. Play too much. Stop playing. Okay, so let's get back to this important article, y'all. Here we go. So now we see where it's at. The Fayoum, the yellow, let's look at the samples, the boom, yellow, boom, boom. Okay. Now, there was a stop sign put into this article. And I would like to read the stop sign. Let me find the stop sign in the article. And everybody that's been fighting with me in different discourse and early on, yo, I said, yo, did y'all read the whole thing? Right? Like, nobody actually read the whole thing. And maybe Gello next week, maybe Tuesday or something like that, yo, when Gozy is on here, yo, we'll go ahead and get the, here you go, analysis of 90 ancient Egyptian mitochondrial genomes. Okay, mitochondrial frequency in modern day populations, principles that give you different letters. I see. I can read all that. Near Eastern, different pop. Let me get you the stop sign right here. I want to talk about the stop sign. There's a discussion here in this article. Let me put this in there so y'all can have a copy of this. See, both sides be doing too much. I've always said that. Nobody wants to stick to science. Nobody wants to stick to what it is. See, I accept this for what it is. Right? And you should read some of the Kiata work. Does a great job on it. Let me see if I can get to here. Let me see. All right, I want to find this important part right here. See if I can find it here, man. Go ahead, add something to it, Gullah, while I find this or Nazir. Guess I'm at to find it quiet, y'all. Quiet, determined.
Oh yeah, my bad. I was kind of cleaning up a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
What article was this one?
That's a Schuenemann, but I want to find a part I want to read right here.
Are you digging into it? Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to find a piece in it. It was a great stop sign here. Then I want to analyze what that stop sign meant. I found it. Yeah. Yeah, if you actually reading, yo, you're going to have it.
You're going to have
it. Reading, if you read the thing, you can come look.
If you go to the, I think which article is that? I think
right here.
They talk about the DNA history of Egypt. They kind of break down the arguments in there too.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. DNA history. Yep, absolutely. I'm gonna get that to the people too. So right here, I want to read this. By comparing ancient individuals from the Abusir el Malik with modern Egyptian reference populations, man, we talked about the reference population. We found an influx of sub-Saharan African ancestry after the Roman period, which corroborates the findings by Hen and colleagues. Further investigation would be needed to link the influx of particular historical processes, possibly the causal factors, including increased mobility down the Nile and increased long-distance commerce between sub-Saharan Africa and Egypt. You know, I always talk about that Nile River was a conduit for genetic gene flow, population gene flow. That's the same thing. And the changing of goods and products. And you can find this in the glyphs, right? You can find this in the history. Okay, trans-Saharan slave trade may have been particularly important as it moved between 6 to 7 million sub-Saharan African slaves in Northern Africa over a span of some 1,250 years, reaching its high point in the 9th century. Now, if y'all remember, if we rewind the show when we was into the DNA tribes article, it kind of talked about this. It talked about that influx of sub-Saharan Africa, but they all lied when they presented it to us. We didn't even know that this was it. But this kind of confirms what the DNA tribes was talking about, how that Ramses III, you know what I'm saying, was actually matching up with some of the sub-Saharan African individuals, you know what I'm saying, during that time period. Now, however, we note, this is important, that all our genetic data, this is important, let me do like this. However, we note that all our genetic data obtained from a single site in Middle Egypt and may not be representative for all ancient Egypt. We can understand why that would be. Anybody do the hard study, anybody that's been following this show, right? We've always found a mixture of different types of scars and DNA marker as we traverse down an aisle.
Yeah, that's the plot. That's the plot twist right there.
It's the plot twist. It says it is possible that the population in the south of Egypt were not closely related to those of Nubia and had a higher sub-Saharan genetic component, in which case the argument for the influx of sub-Saharan African ancestry after the Roman period might only be particularly valid and have to be nuanced. See, that's that word again. Throughout the pharaonic history, there was an intense interaction between Egypt and Nubia. Keyword intense between Nubia, ranging from trade and conquest to colonialism. I don't like that word right there, but it is what it is. And there is compelling evidence.
I mean, it was colonialism both ways. I mean, like, you know, Kerma colonized.
They did, and the expert came on that was came on and said that. She actually said the 25th dynasty was colonizers.
Yeah, even before that, even before you get to the, you know what I'm saying, because they was kind of Egyptianized. Even when you get to like the intermediate period, when you had Kerma, like like during the 17th dynasty, you know what I'm saying, when they were trying to when Kamos and all them confiscated them letters they was writing to the Hyksos and stuff.
Kyra Cooney said that. She called them colonizers. Called the 25th dynasty colonizers. The first colonizers on Earth.
Yeah. But even before that, the Kermites, even during the intermediate period, they took over. They came up from, you know, Upper Egypt. I mean not Upper Egypt, but Upper Sudan, and they colonized Lower Nubia. You know what I'm saying? They took over the island of Saya and all that. You know what I'm saying? They almost destroyed Egypt. I mean, whatever was left, the remnants of Egypt. You know, they almost destroyed Thebes and all that. They was embarrassed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let me finish this because we had throughout the pharaonic history, there was an intense interaction between Egypt and Nubia, ranging from trade to conquest to colonialism. And there is compelling evidence for ethnic complexity within the households, with Egyptian men marrying Nubian women and vice versa. Okay, they say clearly more genetic studies on ancient human remains from southern Egypt and Sudan are needed before apodictic statements are made. Now, let's look at this word. Everybody, I like don't know what this word means. Oh man, I ain't giving that. Apodictic statement. Apodictic. All right, what does it mean? Clearly established beyond dispute. Once again, the word means apodictic, clearly established or beyond dispute. See, that's how we read these all. We start to look up the words.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna tell you. I'm like, a lot of people don't even research like that. That's how I research. I look up if it's some more word I don't know, I'm gonna look it up. You know what I'm saying? That's where I remember what's his name, Architect X. He messed up when he was reading fast.
Yeah, I messed it up.
He didn't know what endogenous meant. He must don't know what that word meant.
He don't know what endogenous means. So yes, I put that statement in there. The ancient genome, mummy genome suggests increased sub-Saharan African ancestry in post-Roman periods. That's the name of the article. That's the Schuenemann. I said, why was this statement made? Why was the statement made in this scientific study? All right. You know, the one I just read. However, we note that all the genetic data was obtained from a single site in Middle Egypt. Remember, I just read all that. This is what ChatGPT has to say. It says the statement of the 2017 study of ancient Egyptian money genome suggests increased sub-Saharan African ancestry in post-Roman periods, acknowledging the limitations of the research due to its focus on single archaeological site in Middle Egypt. It says the authors note that this site may not represent the genetic diversity of all Egyptians, specifically populations in the southern Egyptian Egypt, closer to Nubia, might have had a higher sub-Saharan African genetic component due to the historical interaction such as trade, conquest, and intermarriage. Therefore, the observed increase of sub-Saharan African ancestry in post periods may not fully capture the genetic diversity of ancient Egypt, and further studies in southern regions are necessary for more comprehensive understanding. See, that's how we're supposed to read that. We had the upper side dove out the window and hit the concrete. Yeah. No. Now we have a more comprehensive study coming out next year. All right, we're gonna get into it. Now, watch this. The question is asked: does being sub-Saharan African make these Africans more African than Northeast Africans? Let me drop the link here because we're moving the show forward, and that's what I want to know now. All right, want to know. I'm gonna drop that link, invite people up on the show. We're hour 30 minutes in. This that time.
A lot of groups, and some of these groups didn't even become quote unquote sub-Saharan Africa until like modern time, like until after the desertification. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I hate when people just talk in the chat though. That's the worst, yo. Yeah, Social Dilemma, I expect you to say that. You right on course with that. Had a boy. I'm gonna get Chief X on him. Yeah. You gotta get your weight up, man. You gotta get past Chief X first, bro. That'd be your thing. Get past Chief X. I dropped that link.
I met a black Libyan the other day. He was my Uber driver. It was
Black
crazy.
Libyan. I said
But no,
Black Libyan.
he was taboo. He was taboo. You know what I'm saying? He was a taboo dude. You know, they Nilo-Saharians, but they like mixture. They mix with. They got a little bit of Amazigh, a little bit Nilo-Saharian in them. But they language is Nilo-Saharian. It's Saharian language. And you know how cold I am with the tribes. Dude, I like Shubak. I don't know what it is. I got some type of talent or something, but I be knowing what people know. If I ain't close, I be knowing like know what tribe or ethnic group they come from. 'Cause At first I thought he was Somalian because he got the kind of like that Horner look. And he was like, no, I'm from Libya. I said, you taboo. He said, man, dude was like, man, I've been in America for 10 years. He said, you're the only person that guessed it, exactly what I was.
Oh man, lucky. Got lucky on him.
Yeah, he
Drop
couldn't
that
be
link.
nothing else. He couldn't be nothing else but taboo. You know what I'm saying? He said he from Libya. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying?
mm. Big up to them damn Ravens.
Yeah, them the people that them the same people that the girl Monty used to hunt down. The
Oh
Ethiopians
yeah.
that Herodotus talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Let me see. Where is
Taboo related to the Garmantian groups over there in the pheasant.
Yeah, somewhat.
Brother.
They like cause Garamantians was kind of a confederation. You know what I'm saying? They was Berber, like they elite mostly with Berbers, but they was in the mix with Nilo-Saharan groups too. You know what I'm saying? Then the people kind of like the they had that like a caste system or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
But
the but the taboo out of that group, they're the Nilo-Saharan speakers. So now if you look at them today, they mix, they highly mixed. They kind of put you in mind of how Nubians look today. You know what I'm saying? Or how foreigners look. But they Nilo-Saharans, they mix with the North African group.
even though sometimes I know you indicate that they're Nilo and they are indeed that. You do know though that some of those layers in the past could have been different, even though they speak that now. You know what I mean? Like in the past, they could have been Niger Congo or something different.
No,
Cause
no,
I
the
noticed
taboo.
that like go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. No, I would say the taboo people, they Saharian speakers. They related to the people in the Kanem, the some of the Chadic people that's some of the people that's in Chad that speak Nilo-Saharan language, and they related to Nubians. You know what I'm saying? They base nucleus group is Nilo-Saharan. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it got overlapping gene flow from like Amazigh tribes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And what about the Garmantians in that southwest Libya? What are they? They Nilo Saharan speakers as well?
That's why I said it was confederation. That's a mix. That's the
Okay.
mixture.
So
It
it's a
was a
mixture of different
confederation.
ones.
Yeah, it was a confederation of Amaziques and Nilo-Saharan groups. Even
Yeah.
if you look up, if you look up, go to Garamantian Wiki, they talk about the different archaeologies and archaeological finds and the bones and stuff. They say there was two different major groups there. You know
When
what I'm
when
saying?
they when they subjugate those groups like that in your research, have you saw like how they can squash out the foreign languages that may have been there? Like if they were Niger Congo speakers, and they come in and subjugate those people and change their language groups. Do you ever see anything like that in your research?
No, I never seen nothing like that in Niger. If it was Niger Congo people, probably that was way long ago. Like, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
because you had you would have had Niger Congo and some Nilo Saharan speakers in the valley more than you do right now. And then when those Asiatic speakers came in, I got a source on that. They'll talk about how they kind of subjugated that area and pushed a lot of
Yeah,
those
the
people out of
Afro
there.
Asiatic groups. Yeah, yeah, but like a lot of the Nilo Saharians, I mean not Nile, but Niger Congo people, they probably would have moved, been moved on west somewhere, or probably by then probably got absorbed by Nilo Saharians, because Nilo Saharians were really dominant in their region. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Even when you talking about the Tamahu, the Tamahu is the ancestor of the Taboo people. You know what I'm saying? How they talk about them people was like Nilo Saharians mixed with some of the northern Libyans themselves.
Mm.
In the black boy, the black boy mummy and all that. Those are definitely melodic people who got influenced into pastoralism. So they were mixing and matching and intermingling with a lot of different other groups too.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was just asking that for future conversations when we get into some of those different layers that could have been there earlier language phylums.
Yeah, but whoever those Saharian Nilo branches are, they branched off from a lot of from the Eastern Sudanian groups. You know what I'm saying? The groups they became the Nubians and people around, what I'm saying, Kerma and stuff like that. They related to them groups. They as the ones that's in Libya.
Okay.
Hey, here you go. You will see me versus Unc. It's going to be on my website with a list of citations showing the antiquity of farming in Sudan and the receipts on how I knew about it 10 years ago. Come on, man.
I. The big I in psychology.
Man, go ahead and fix that website, yo. They ain't a scholarly it's not a scholarly website, yo. You kind of rinky dink, yo, just for the right. No rinky dink. Need a
Was it
little
dot
polish on that. No
Lord.
rinky dink. Get it straight, boy. Play with me, yo. Don't get slick. Don't get slick. I ain't even gonna pull out my big Joker card on you. I'm gonna let you have that.
you playing spades with the Joker. Huh?
Yo, say I don't consider them pseudo just uninformed. They were not aware. What? Because you can't consider me pseudo. What you mean? I didn't consider them pseudo, just uninformed. They were not aware of the source that showed the old Sudanese agriculture. Don't make us look it up right now. I showed the source. They provoked
What
what?
time? What time period are you
They
talking about? What
promoted
time? 'Cause,
the agriculture is not farming. What they say? I showed the source. They pivoted. What?
I mean, you
What?
had
What
a.
am I?
I mean, you had
Huh?
like what you call a
What?
pre like. I mean, it ain't really. I wouldn't
Say
call it
agriculture.
agriculture,
Agriculture is not farming. Huh?
yeah, but you had
Agriculture got
like
something to do with a husbandry and all that, right? Or farm? Which one is it?
yeah. I mean, farming can be just it's just any human. You know what I'm saying? Forming some type of land for their benefit. Just like you could just like they got what you call the hunter gatherers. They call fire stick farming. Where hunter gatherers would burn down areas of woods and let that grass grow so they
Oh
have
man.
free range of hunt, a free area for animals to hunt. You know what I'm saying? That could be considered farming in itself.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
what
Yeah.
you
Agriculture is when you take care of a whole entire community. Like the whole
yeah,
community is the
yeah.
say it again? Say it again.
Nazi, yeah.
Nah, say it again. Your thing went out. We couldn't hear you. Yo. The
Yeah,
phone
and then
died.
too, a lot of people don't know too. Like pastoralism is actually a kind of a subset of agriculture in itself. You know what I'm saying? Because you had lot of mixed form. You had agro-pastoralists.
Oh
People
man.
looking for, you know what I'm saying. And then too, you don't necessarily have to have like animals and stuff like that to be pastoral. Like you looking for pastoral lands for, you know what I'm saying, that you can cultivate off of or whatever. And then like hunter gatherers, like it was a time when hunter gatherers had like a pre phase or proto phase of agriculture, even though they were still hunter gatherers, but they were like protecting their favorite food sources. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got so many different independent areas of agriculture where it happened there, because you had time period where the land changed, the different hunter gatherers will have, they'll protect their favorite food sources, and eventually their favorite food source would be their major thing that they cultivated, in
Yeah,
agriculture.
I said that. No,
Yeah.
I said agriculture encompasses raising animals. It say agriculture encompasses crop and livestock. That's what I
Yeah,
said,
that's what I
yo.
said. That's what I just said. It's both. It can be both. Yeah.
Production of agriculture and forestry for food and non-food production. Agriculture was a key factor in the rise of sedimentary human civilization. That means stable, like not moving around. Okay.
Yeah.
Whereby farming is domesticated species created food surpluses that enabled people to live in cities. So what is you saying, African teachers? Because you know we got you, yo. I want you to keep running your mouth. What you saying? You saying what? What you saying?
Oh, my bad.
All right, you good. Got you in. Yeah, so you talked about that too early. What was he saying? What is he saying, Juju? Boy, we dropped that link.
Would you like to try our delicious Baconzilla combo?
Yes, we want that steak. Got me hungry, mouth watering. Yo, going steak combo.
Hey, but you had a phase when hunter gatherers, you know what I'm saying, was protecting their favorite food sources before they went to agriculture or full blown agriculture or whatever. Just like in Sudan, if he's particularly talking about not Saharan groups, they main food crop that they collected was sorghum. You know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
and they after a while they start protecting it. You know what I'm saying, but they got the idea of more cultivating this crop from their Afro-Asiatic cousins because of competition. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
like, they doing it, so shoot, we finna cultivate our favorite crop.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Yeah, but that's how it happened though. Some became some became more in tune to that, and some became more pastoral. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with the animals, animal husbandry and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I think he getting farming and agriculture mixed up, yo. I think he got some mix up
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, he is because he's looking at the cultivation and the storage factor, and I think he's trying to equate that into farming.
Yeah, go to farm. Look, Farmer got his own page. Look, it got a little blue up
All right,
there.
we're gonna go there. We're gonna go where? Right here, up here, right
Yeah.
here.
Because this how
He
you
don't
know
want us
this
to
how
hit
this
that button. Don't want
this
us to
this,
hit that
this how
button. We hit that button.
this how you know he wrong and he in
Hold
error
on.
and he need to go back and check his work because he's trying to say that the Domasian, those Asian, West Asian domesticates that was down there was being done by the Sudanese people.
No, they
You
trading
feel me?
them. They
So
trading
that's
them.
that's where you know he bogus right there.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah. Only because Sudanese is a broad term. I don't know if he talking about Cushitic groups or Nile Saharan groups, but
he just talking. He
the
ain't
the
ready
Nile
for it.
Saharan, well, the Nile Saharan groups and the Cushitic groups at the same time. You know what I'm saying? They kind of did it together, but when they were like, they got introduced to like some of the cattle that was coming in from Asia, but they also had like a time period where they were penning wild oryxes too. You know what I'm saying? In a way, for as a food source, that can kind of in its way kind of be a an easy gateway if somebody else from somewhere else introduce a full blown domestication. They'll be already they kind of already familiar. You know what I'm saying? dealing with that particular type of animal anyway.
Oh, man, he doing a lot. Let me see.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find some early farmers in from Antola. Early farmers. I mean, but what? They act like the world was over with if you wasn't farming. That ain't even true, yo.
uh,
You know how much space you got in Africa? You know how much wild shit is growing? What they did find was a surplus of microliths and grinding stones. Yeah,
Yeah,
right. And how they
they,
know by checking the teeth, they can find the stone, the pieces of stone in the people's teeth, yo, and the way their teeth was wearing. So they had plenty of wild grains and shit that they was harvesting, bro.
yeah,
hey, hey,
yeah.
hey, for a long time in the early Heliocene, you know what I'm saying? Around them lake areas, you know what I'm saying? When dealing with they call it aqualytic culture or whatever, or some of the
You don't
Kefi
like
and some
that
of them,
word? That'll start a whole fight.
or some of them old. I'm just saying some of them old Nilo-Saharan groups. You know, some early groups that traveled throughout the Sahara. A lot of they hunter gathering. You know, what I'm saying aquatic resources or whatever was dominant before pastoralism and agriculture came in. You know, what I'm saying from the east or whatever. For a minute, you know, what I'm saying hunter gathering was dominant, you know what I'm saying, in the green phase of Hera for a minute before, you know what I'm saying, the pastoralism came in from the east. And some of the
Mm.
East Sahelians start bringing it in.
It's a grinding stone for y'all. Don't be shook up by the face of the prayer. Be shook up. Oh my God, he's trying to wipe it. Like y'all get shook up. To clean them fingernails though.
Yeah, they had these in Africa too. You know what I'm saying?
The earliest you found the earliest grinding stones. If since y'all entered the earlier, you definitely
Yeah,
find
the
that's
sites
a
that he's
grinding.
the sites that he's talking about is El Gaba, Kadruka, those sites that we went over in that video, and they don't find the holes in the ground, which indicated that these people would have been farming. They found a few. They would find like one domesticate under an individual's head, and then they find maybe two or three under another individual's head, and it indicated that they weren't farming. They can check their teeth, they can check their soil, they can check their ground for the post holes that indicates that you're farming, and even the flood recession farming that he tried to push as well, you know, there's a lot of errors with that as well. So, I mean, if you go back and read the article, bro, it's self-explanatory. We went over that. You had your chance to come back. You was quiet. You could tell that this is information that you hadn't heard before because you didn't have a response to it. You didn't even come back the next week. It's been a month now. You still haven't come back with anything. Nobody was
Chase them out
disrespectful
there.
to you on that show. Everybody
Nope.
was respectful to you on that show, bro. So you had an opportunity. I think your ego and your pride got hurt because you got a couple of followers, most likely, and your ego got hurt, bro. You got destroyed that night. You know what I mean? It's all good. We all been there, bro. I've been there plenty of times. You just come back stronger the next time, you know?
I was on your side till you went full blown. You went full blown. Eh. Oh man. Oh man. Let me see. Yeah, man. Yeah. We had to go to the Sahara, don't we? Don't we gotta go to the Green Sahara? We had to go to the Green Sahara. Yeah, he went. Yeah. Yeah, say overall, while agriculture in Sudan in the Sudan area, 10,000 BC was not fully developed, the period marked significant experimentation with plant domestication. Yeah, and the beginnings of transition towards sedimentary agriculture. Right, yo, what's the problem with that, yo?
Yeah. Also, in Libya, they were experimental with cultivation. They got to the second stage, which was right before farming, but they definitely were storing and cultivating wild grains. But they weren't. They didn't have domestication though. They didn't have domesticated grains or
Nah,
anything like that.
no, not at all. No. You talking about like the Capsians, for example. You know what I'm saying? The earlier Capsians, they were collecting wild grains before what I'm saying, some of the African the Asiatic domesticates came in and they absorbed it and added it to their own techniques.
Yeah, yeah. And then also now what that evidence in Kadruka did indicate though, and that's what I was pointing to with Alfred by Yosef. I brought up his article to show that scholars have always postulated and speculated that domesticus came into the Nile Valley earlier in the Delta region, right? And so if you go back and look at that show, you'll see Alfred Bar Yosef saying that he believes, based on his research, and he's very respected in the field, if you know who Alfred Bar Yosef is. So if he says something, put something out there, I would definitely go look into it and research it on my own. But he's saying that Domesticus came in at 8500 BCE.
Yeah, just say
Um,
7,000 right here.
no, I'm just saying in his research, he's saying it came in at 8,500 because you got to think about this, right? If you got Domesticus already in the Sudan at 5,200, then you know what I'm saying? That's kind of pointing into, you can infer a lot from that. You know what I mean? You can interpret that a few different ways. So to me, it kind of adds validity to the earlier date in the valley, in the Delta specifically at 8,500 BCE. Of course, those sites are covered up by alluvial and the water, the soil, alluvial soil. But when they dug the post holes down there, in that lake region up there in the Delta region, and they brought the holes back, the cores back up.
Can't hear you. Phone went out. Somebody probably called him. All right, I put that right there, man. This section right here, the emergence of farming and Bantu migrations. This part right here is important. It's saying the grasslands south of the Sahara, agriculture emerged independently. The origin of the processes can be traced to as early as 9,000 BCE, when Nilo-Saharan people of the region began to adapt grain collecting and grinding techniques of their northern neighbors and applied them to sorghum and pearl millet. It says the tropical grasses of the Nile region. These changes were made possibly by millennia-long wet phase beginning around 11,000 BCE. It say during the period of monsoon-like weather conditions prevailed, densing the region of the Sahara and creating lakes and lush landscapes covered in grasses. There you go. So yeah, then it says, let me see, by around 8,000 BC, Nilo-Saharan had domesticated wild cattle in the Red Sea hills and had begun to produce pottery they used to store and cook grains. By the early 6,000 BC, gathering of these wild grains had begun to evolve, all right, into deliberate domestication. Over the next few thousand years, the Nilo-Saharan domesticated a host of plants, including watermelons, cotton, and gourds. Agriculture also emerged independently far to the west of the Nilo-Saharians in the bed of the Niger River of West Africa. There you go. So yeah, I put that source in there for y'all. I don't know what he's talking about, man. So he's just playing with y'all, man. He doing too much, and they always do too much. So we want to take that detour real quick. Now let's get back to the point right here. We was at that point where we read that source. And the source that we read, right? We was talking about the how to get there. Hold on. We talked about, oh, I read that. Hold on. Whoa. Now, so does being a sub-Saharan African make these Africans more African than Northeast Africans? I'm gonna say it again, because this is how our minds is working, y'all. We think because you're a sub-Saharan African, you're more African. That's what the African American thinks, not the scientist. The African American thinks that a sub-Saharan African is more African than a North African, which is more African than a Northeast African. They
That's
try to
crazy.
talk about mixing. It's crazy. You want to speak on that, Gullah, real quick before I get you
No, I want to ask him. I want to ask him who the most Asian? Who the most Asian out of Asians?
Would it be the Koreans? Would it be the Japanese? Would it
Yeah,
be the Europeans? Would it be the Caucasus Mountains? Would it be the India? They're all
would it be?
Asians.
Yeah, would it be the Australians? Would it like?
Okay, here we go. They say the concept There you go. The concept of being more African is complex and cannot be solely determined by geographic or genetic factors. Both sub-Saharan Africans and North Africans are integral parts of Africa continent, each with rich and diverse histories, cultures, and genetic backgrounds. Genetic diversity. See, this is how we break this down. Because y'all know this all been in the conversation. Oh, the Egyptian. Now, so suppose there was no sub-Saharan African component to the Egyptians. Then what? Does that mean that they're no longer Africans? Let's see. Sub-Saharan Africa. This region is home to a vast array of ethnic groups and languages with significant genetic diversity. Studies have shown that sub-Saharan Africans have the highest levels of genetic diversity amongst human populations. That's in Wikipedia, the source right there. Genetic history of Africa. We told you to read the whole daggone genetic history of Africa. Y'all ain't did it yet. North Africa. North African populations also exhibit considerable genetic diversity, influenced by indigenous groups like the Berbers. So the Berbers are an indigenous group. And historical interaction with populations from the Middle East and Europe. Genomic studies indicate that North Africans have a complex genetic makeup, reflecting both indigenous and external ancestries. Population history of North Africa based on modern ancient genomes. It's another source there. Y'all see it. Stop the video.
We do got people. We do got people that think the Green Sahara was tropical enough for gorillas.
Yeah. That be Chief X in the middle of drinking actually think gorillas are in the sub-Saharan Africa. My fault is in the Green Sahara. Crazy mad. Gave him work. Culture and history and historical context. Sub-Saharan Africa encompasses a multitude of cultures, languages, and traditions, with histories that include ancient civilizations, kingdoms, and empires. North Africa features a blend of Arab, Berber, and other influences, with history shaped by ancient civilizations like Egypt and the spread of Islam and interactions with Europe. Conclusion. Determining who is more African is not a straightforward assessment. Both sub-Saharan African and North African populations are deeply African. I'm going to say this real slow for the people on the slow bus. Both sub-Saharan, and North African populations are deeply African, each contributing uniquely to the continent's rich tapestry. It's essential to appreciate the diversity and shared heritage that define all African peoples. Y'all got all the sources. Y'all see the sources we got right here. Marlin, the demographic history of human North African genomic points. Detailed look at sub-Saharan African Caribbean ancestry. Learn about hidden African DNA and ancestry. 23andMe genomic analysis of current day North African population revealed. Boom. Here you go. David Wright studies show how Africans lived and traveled and interacted. Africa's oldest DNA is helping address science and racial biases. All that. There you go. There you go. Here you go. We all sourced up around here. Southern Europeans have North African genes. We go. Spanish have substantial North African ancestry. Yeah. Genome history of Africa. All these sources here. African admixture in Europe. Y'all ain't even read that. Sub-Saharan African ancestry is detected in at least 1% of Europe. Yeah, I like that. Genomic history of the African diaspora. Wikipedia. My heritage, North African ethnicities. North African ethnicities and distribution. Genomic ancestry of North Africans support the Back to Africa movement. The indigenous North African ancestry is more frequent in populations in historical Berber and ethnicities. It's all there. What in the world is Pseudo talking about? We have no idea what the Pseudo was talking about.
Why don't jump? You button that. Why ain't gonna jump on so we can explain it? You can explain it.
He ain't want to jump on. So we did the Schuenemann. We figured out who Schuenemann was, right? All right. I wanted to ask, this is a good question right here. Let me see. Man, I thought I asked a question. Distribution. Let's see. Let me drop the link again, yo. I'd be scared to get on here, yo. We be coming so hard, yo. You scared to get on there, yo. You know that, right?
This a light night too.
Yeah, light night. Oh, no. I'm gonna hit that button. No. That's funny, yo. I'm gonna drop you one of these sources. Schuenemann, University of Basel, a professor for archaeological research. Yeah, I'm with y'all. There you go. That's Schuenemann. Verena Schuenemann. That's the one that wrote that article we read, right? I knew I had it. Let me see. Does this?
Hey, you know what's crazy? I told Gozy the same thing a couple days ago, and me and you talked about this in the past as well. Is that these brothers and sisters, man, they're really trying to see how they fit into this, and so by them using EM2 with the Ramses thing, it's the only thing they can, you know what I mean? Because they're not really doing in-depth research. Like I've been giving them little bits and pieces every week, showing with the movement thing, but I'm showing also how they get marginalized. Um, the people that's moving from no directions who may be related to their ancestors, right?
Mhm.
But that's what they're trying to find out, bro. They're trying to make that connection because they see that EM2, they see that EV38, and they know in terms of upstream ancestors that's their ancestor, right? And so they're trying to make sense of it, and they're trying to see where they fit into this. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I get it, I understand, and that's why week after week, if you go back and listen to those videos, I'm always talking about the directional movement, and then you know what I mean. So and Ock doesn't really agree with me on a lot of that, but
I do when you say the
I
right name.
understand.
I do when you say it right, when you get the right geographical region. I do. When you just holler out West Africa, I'm like, come on, yo.
So I've been trying to give y'all, give y'all
Oh
bits and
man.
pieces, man, something to try to show y'all that you got to come with, you can't just use that article, that DNA Tribes article. You just can't do it by itself. Is not enough. You know what I mean? You have to come with, then we talking about a time period in which, okay, that would make sense for um that group to be in there at that time. What about the earlier phases? Can you show that? Can you demonstrate that? What about 4,000 BCE,
Yeah,
5,000 BCE? Where they at?
yeah, because it's gonna have like some of the DNA, companies with the least samples or whatever. It's gonna postulate it to the closest related group or whatever. That's why like when it was a thing on channel when what's his name Louis Gates.
Mm-hmm.
He thought he had Nubian ancestry or whatever. He had to retake the test, but that was because that's when that test had least samples. I mean, that's when that company had least samples, so it drawn to the closest proxy. You know what I'm saying? So he did it again. You know what I'm saying? He had no Nubian, mostly whatever African had was West and Central Africa.
Mm. So watch this. Here go the drum roll. Are Northeast Africans more indigenous than Sub-Saharan Africans, or vice versa? The question whether Northeast Africans are more indigenous than Sub-Saharan Africans involves understanding of complex histories, migrations, and cultural development of both regions. Here are some key points to consider indigenous populations. Let me show this for y'all. I don't think I'm cheap. North Africa. Diverse ethnic groups. North Africa is the home to a variety of ethnic groups, including Berbers, Kushite peoples, and Nilalic groups.
Yeah, and a lot of yeah. It's on
Mm-hmm.
Wiki too. If you look up, I bet you that's where they got this from. If you look up ethnic groups of Africa, it say this. It go by the regions, and it say
Mm-hmm.
Northeast Africans or North Africans, and Nilo-Saharans is on the list.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Okay, where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Ancient civilization regions. These regions has a rich history of ancient civilizations like Egypt and the Kingdom of Kush, contributing to the long-standing indigenous presence. Genetic influences. Northeast Africa has seen substantial genetic influx from both indigenous populations and external groups due to the migration of trade and history and conquests. Sub-Saharan Africa. Extensive diversity in Sub-Saharan Africa is characterized by a vast diversity of ethnic groups and languages, with significant genetic diversity that inflects a long history of human population, of human habitation, Paleolithic origins. Evidence suggests that the modern humans originated in East Africa, making Sub-Saharan Africa amongst the oldest in the world. Cultural richness. The region encompasses numerous ancient kingdoms and cultures, each contributing to its indigenous identity, genetic and cultural complexity. Migration and interaction. Both regions have experienced migrations and interactions that shape their populations. Tried to tell y'all that. Y'all not listening. Y'all think they just stood there stuck, waiting for Europeans to come in and explain who they are and where they standing. The most ridiculous thing ever. For example, the Bantu expansion significantly affected genetic and cultural landscape of Sub-Saharan Africa, while interaction between North Africa and the Middle East influenced Northeast African populations. We've been saying this from day one. Every study we read, from genetic history and the pre-dynastic history, all talked about this great mix. Watch this. This is what y'all don't understand. Defining indigenous. The term indigenous can be complex and context dependent. It may refer to the historical continuity in a region, cultural practices, or genetic lineage. Both Northeast and Sub-Saharan Africans can be considered indigenous to their respective regions. Conclusion. It is not accurate to claim that one group is more indigenous than the other, as both Northeast and Sub-Saharan Africans possess deep historical roots and diverse indigenous identities. Each region has its unique contribution to the broader narratives of African history and culture. I've been saying this forever. Y'all not listening because y'all actually don't care. Understanding, okay, the intricacies of these identities requires recognizing the shared heritage and distinct characteristics that define both groups. And they give you sources here. All right. Genome binome, African evolutionary history referred to the whole genome sequence and data. All right. Bantu speaking migration and admixture to South Africa. Working groups on indigenous population communities and minorities. All right. Whole lot of sources. Y'all go back and look. I might put them underneath the bottom. Genetic diversity, Bantu speaking populations help shape. This is a great one from the Eurasian back migration into North Africa. We'll give you some time periods there. Y'all always acting like it didn't happen, but it did happen. Evolutionary genetic admixture in African populations. It's another good one. Y'all can just copy and paste these. Well, you know what I'm saying? When y'all go back and look at the video, y'all can get all these sources. I'm moving slow enough for y'all to get it. Slow enough. Stop the video, do your studying. Ancient African genomes offer a glimpse into early human history. It's a great one right here. Great one. I read that one. African evolutionary history inferred from whole genome sequences. Whole genome sequence analysis of Pan-African set samples. Moving real slow for y'all. Northeast Africa genomic variation shaped by continuity plies. I want this one. I'm gonna do this. I want y'all to have this one for sure. Make sure I don't miss this one. Well, I don't know why y'all be playing. Y'all be over here playing. Don't play with me. Find somebody else to play with, yo. Big up to Mr. Chill, yo. Play with somebody. Don't play with me, yo. I enjoy reading this kind of stuff right here, yo. Read that one already. Go read that. and come back and holler at me. Come back and holler at
Yeah, they might read to get too sleepy or cross-eyed or something.
me. Oh man, indigenous people of Africa. Yeah, y'all don't want to read that. Look, ain't nothing but it. We move. I'm giving y'all. Here you go. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Let me see. But I want y'all to have. Hold on. You say you might read that, get sleepy.
Yeah, you might read that and get too tired, man.
Northeast African genome variation shaped by continuity of indigenous groups and Eurasian migration. They don't want to read that. It's gonna hurt them. They're gonna hurt them up with this one. Oh man, I can't read y'all. Yeah. Knock it off. Knock it off. Knock it off. Mm. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I just considered, man. Let me see.
While you looking for that, what? I'm gonna ask both of y'all. Listen, this you can put this question on the back burner. What To what extent do you think haplogroup EM2, even though that EV38, they really don't know what it is, if it was a downstream or not. But to what extent do you think that EM2 Gullah may have played within the Nile Valley? If it's at in the Green Sahara around, I want to say, the Mali Niger area at 10,000 BCE. Um, to what extent do you think it may have played later um, in a Nile Valley scenario?
That's the thing. Like EM2. I think EM2 mutated even before it got to Mali. You know what I'm saying? In Central Saharan areas. You know what I'm saying? Like Southern Libya, Algeria. Because you can like if you look at the rock art, you can see like Niger Congo culture on Saharan rock art. If you look up especially the round head rock art and the Kel Isuf. You know what I'm saying? Them were definitely proto Niger Congo peoples. You can see the masks, the dances, and all that, and the different symbolage. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but yeah, but two at the same time, you would probably would have had these people. You know what I'm saying? A cultural belt to these people. You know what I'm saying? That expanded all the way to Mali and Mauritania. You know, because we know that, you know what I'm saying, the EV38, you know what I'm saying, the parent or whatever, you know what I'm saying, before even mutated M2, come from the Nile Basin in the first place. You know what I'm saying, the area around what they call the Yellow Nile. You know, what Chris Vieira talk about the proto Niger Gaddafian population, where proto Niger Congo branch off from anyway. And then you still got Gaddafian populations that still remain in the Nile area, especially in the Nuba Hills. Like some of them, the people they call Nuba, like the Nuba is not just one group. Nuba is that's a general term. Like some Nuba, like people that live in that area. Some of them groups are Nilo-Saharan people, and some of them are Niger Congo people. If you look up the Moro group, those people are Niger Congo speakers. You know what I'm saying? And they're living in the Nuba Mountains, Nuba Hills. You know, some of the Kadofian branches, they remained in the east. You know what I'm saying? But even, some of them groups, they migrated to the Nuba Hills. You know what I'm saying? From that, you know what I'm saying, Yellow Nile area, because I think it was like a cultural, like I said, a cultural belt of these people. You know what I'm saying?
So you so
These hunters. You know what I'm saying? Before they became agriculturalists, fully agriculturalists in the West. But these particular, wild grain, rice collectors. You know
do
what I'm
you think
saying?
it's a
And they also had the.
Go ahead, I'm
You
let
said
you
what?
finish. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah. Yeah, and they also, what I'm saying, I keep reading a lot of articles too that say they have something to do with the Onanian culture as well. You know, so they say, shoot, we're not even sure where bows and arrows come from anyway in Africa. Like it's a question mark on that. You know what I'm saying? All we know
Yeah,
is, yeah,
the
on
bow and
that,
arrow
yeah.
go back. Yeah, the bow and arrow go back even before before the
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, know what I'm saying? They saying they don't know, how it come to North Africa or whatever.
oh, okay.
You know, I was I was going off this newer Roger Blanche source I got. But they
Yeah,
but too we don't know, like, Donanian culture, like that was in Mauritania and Mali. You know, all we know is, shoot, it could came from the east. You know what I'm saying? Or it could have came from, influence from Iberian Rouge. But we do know too that all in all that them Niger Congo, proto Niger Congo peoples and them Iberian Rouge met up, at one point in
yeah,
time in shared
yeah,
culture, because we can see it in the Tenerife, with the Tafarelet culture anyway.
yeah,
But you know what I'm saying, we don't know, what I'm saying, some of that stuff could have came from the east, from them proto Niger Congo cultures coming up too, because it's a lot of more stuff we gotta find, you know what I'm saying? Because we dealing with tropical regions, and a lot of them areas, some stuff's hard to find, you know what I'm saying, too. All we got is the language, the culture, and some of the art, rock art and all that. But that rock art, that stuff go all that stuff like go from east all the way to the west.
yeah, yeah. I know the bow and arrow that goes back. I think 50,000, 60,000 years. People were using excuse me, bow and arrows. Even the Tyrian culture,
Yeah,
they were using bow and arrows as well. So a lot of that was just adopted, and then an evolved version. It's just that the Onanian points were just strictly to take down big game. I believe they probably adapted that once that big game and that big fauna started coming northward, and they were coming southward chasing it.
yeah,
It just seemed like it was just an adaptation. But the only reason I brought it up because it indicated movement, even if it comes from the east, because we know early on pretty much everything comes from the east. Early humans, expansions, and then when it comes from the east, it goes off into Northwest Africa, different parts of Africa, and it mutates, becomes something different.
yeah,
So when it
something
comes,
different. Yeah,
yeah,
it
when it
evolved
comes
into something
back,
else.
yeah, by the time it comes back in several different waves, it evolves and becomes something different.
Yeah,
And the only reason I brought up those
like,
Onanians because it shows movement with them going
and,
back
and they
east.
and they were part of a, like, for us, the Niger Congo, a proto Niger Congo culture civilization. They were part of a dual culture too. Some of them was like hunters, and some of them
Yeah,
became a part of the aquatic culture too. You know what I'm saying? They became more,
yeah.
fishing, building boats and stuff like that. Along with the Kefians, who were, Nilo-Saharan groups. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
But see that's one of the reasons why I say the aquatic adaptation puts limitations, and when it tries to encompass so much, because if you look at the prior to the Green Sahara, if you look at the Mektois that were over there in Northwest Africa, they were already had an aqualyptic culture going on where they were fishing and hunting big game as well, but they were
yeah, yeah,
fishers
yeah,
as
yeah, yeah.
well.
I know
And
that. I know that.
even if you look at in the Niger area, when they before they came down to the lake, before the lake even formed, they were in the mountains and
Yeah, they had their
they
own.
were
Yeah, they had
fishing
their
and
own
yeah, they
type.
were fishing and stuff already up there.
Yeah, yeah,
They had the
they have.
harpoons, they had all of the same bones that they find later on. They find them up there. They find them in Northwest
That's
Africa.
because
So it's
that's because
I just hate
that's
that they
because
try to put that label, that generalized label over that
that's because
area.
that's
You know
because
what
the
I mean?
non-Saharan groups went up there though too though. You know what I'm saying? They was up there, like the people's
Yeah,
all throughout the lake.
I know they go and then we can argue about the dates and stuff, but I just hate that they because ultimately the premise is trying to just say that these Caucasian Nubians in 1949 went over here and civilized or brought culture to these areas. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the
I
initial
ain't, I
premise,
ain't talking
it was
about
like
I ain't
it was
talking
an
about I ain't
overreach.
talking about no Nubians.
I
I'm
know
talking
you
about
not. I
down the,
know you not. I'm talking
yeah,
about they were in 1949.
yeah.
They were trying to say like the Nubians were Caucasians as well, and they went and took their culture over into Middle Africa, and you know what I mean. And it wasn't until these sub-Saharan degenerates come up, we mix with them, and then culture starts to go downhill from there. That was pretty much their premise.
No, no, I'm just giving credit to Nilo-Saharan culture. And they credit and influence that they brought, like, 'cause different cultures brought different things to the table, to the
Yeah.
Green Sahara. Like they brought that wavy line pottery from the Middle Nile Basin. You know what I'm saying? That stretched there. It was like, because you had different ways of Nilo-Saharan groups that came in. Like, if you like the aquatic Nilo-Saharan culture who survived off like a lot of the lake areas, even on off the Nile and some of the Abbey River. You know what I'm saying? They were there first, you know what I'm saying? So you can still see some of that culture in the central Sudanians who were Nile Saharians. You can see some of that same culture in the Coman and the Uduk culture, who some of the older Basel Nile Saharian groups. You know what I'm saying? And they brought that aquatic culture all the way to the west during the early Heliocene. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Around 95 to 8500, you know what I'm saying, BCE. And then later around around the seventh century, around the seventh or sixth century, you know what I'm saying, you had the East Sahelians start to come in, these other Nilo-Saharan groups who are more agro-pastoralists, you know what I'm saying, who stayed in the east a little longer. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah, I think
the Nilo-Saharan groups are old. Like these dudes got A markers and B markers, bro. You know what I'm
okay,
saying? They old as hell.
okay.
And they got
But
some of
when
the
does
the
when
old
what how
E's too.
old? But how old is the language phylum itself though? Because they don't know what a proto.
There's the proto is postulated. They say it can go back all the way back to the Paleolithic times. Like the language is old, bro. Like the proto language, you know. I ain't talking about the new. Like the language
Yeah,
went through different evolutionary phases. Like the more modern languages, of course, it got a lot of borrowed words. You know, we got absorbed by pastoralism, lifestyle, and all that. But you got a
yeah.
more ancient language to go back. You know what I'm saying?
Because if you got now, what role do you feel the Mexoes play in the Nilo-Saharan? Because if you've got what scientists are calling immigrants in the Nile Valley, specifically in Nubia, with the I'll just stick with the Jebel Sahaba, even though I think we can include Tushka, Al Qadai, and Wadi Halfa in that as well. But let's just stick with the Jebel Sahaba. If they're saying that these groups in the Mesolithic are immigrants, they don't say particularly where, but they give clues, indications as to possibly uh, Central Saharan. I'll just say that, right? Central Sahara, connected to West Africa, Northwest Africa, etc. So what role do you think Mectoids may have played in the spread of Nilo-Saharan, taking it back into the, because if you look at it like this, if we're saying the Aqualithic,
No,
Christopher Rhett,
Met,
wait a minute, let me paint it for you. Let me paint the picture for you. Christopher Rhett is saying that 9000 BCE, he feels that groups are leaving out of the middle Nile around the Sudan area and going back off into making their way around to the Green Sahara. This is what will become the Aqualithic. At this time, we're talking about Mesolithic Nubians. So Mesolithic Nubians are the proxies that they're using to say migrated back westward.
they wouldn't have been Mesolithic.
Okay,
But at that point, they would have
okay.
been they would have been late. You know what I'm saying? They would like by then. You talking about the Mesolithic Nubians are more older. Like that's their ancestors. These by then these talking about these late Stone Age population. You know what I'm saying? This they late Stone Age descendants. They coming with newer tools, more neophyte things. You know what I'm saying? They a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? You know, they not as old as they. You know what I'm saying? The ancestors. They got more newer technology.
Well, I'm saying based on the dates. So now last week you had said that they were moving around 5,000, 6,000. I agree with those dates. But Arret is pushing the 9,000 date, and that's the new model for the
I'm talking
Aqualithic.
about for, I'm talking about one wave of Nilo-Saharan groups, bro. You had a time when when they were still hunter gatherers living off water sources. They moved
I'm
west.
only talking about the Green Sahara
I know
movement,
I am too. You had different phases of it. I'm talking about the
the
early
early phase,
Heliocene.
the first
Yeah, the
phase.
earlier phase. You had hunter gatherer Nilo-Saharans coming in first, and then pastoral motherfuckers start coming in. You know what I'm saying? Later, you know
But
what
the
I'm saying,
only
from
groups,
the east.
but Gala, listen, the only archaeological detectable groups that you have in the Sudan at 9,000 BCE, which is the beginning of the Holocene, right? At the beginning of the Holocene, the only groups you still have there are the Mesolithic Nubians. So I'm trying to see if you're speculating that other groups are moving, and I'm like, boom, they're
Them
not
probably be
migrating.
late Stone Age Nubians, bro. You talking about late Stone Age people?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
wouldn't be
that's what I'm saying.
Mesolithic. They wouldn't be Mesolithic.
There's still Mesolithic goes down to like 7,000 in the Sudan. like I think even like 6500 is still considered Mesolithic. Like I think that's around the cutoff for Mesolithic Nubians, around 6500 BCE.
You had to show me that, bro.
Yeah, because once you get to the mid Holocene, that's considered the Neolithic. So anything before the Neolithic in the Sudan is considered Mesolithic.
You had to show me that, bro. Because you
Yeah,
probably
because
talking about particular.
a lot of those
You
groups,
probably talking about particular.
Al Qaeda.
Because you could be talking about particular cultures. Because some cultures probably still have Mesolithic culture, but some other cultures was still Neolithic or late Stone Age.
Okay, but what I'm saying, what I'm ultimately saying is this: it's problematic with that model because Mesolithic Nubians are the only ones that are archaeological detectable at the time
Now
that they
you had to show
postulate
me
the
that,
movement.
bro. Yeah, you
Yeah,
had to
yeah,
show me that.
we can discuss it
'Cause
all. You know,
I got the
outside.
Mesolithic Nubian reconstruction, bro. I talk to these dudes all day, like, bro, like me and BR, he a Dinka dude. Like he knows like this his history.
Yeah.
You know, he studied this stuff very well, bro. Like, and
Because when these models were introduced, Gullah, they didn't really know much of like the shit that's coming out now with Usay and Salvatore. They doing these dental, uh, they doing the dental work and stuff like that. They doing the limb proportions. They didn't have a lot of this stuff when they came out with these models initially that we're getting in 2020, 2021, 2022. That's kind of why African Online Teacher got beat up because he tried to present a 2014 article not knowing, bro, they done upgraded this shit since then. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
he came with the old school when he first did it, the presentation back in 2014 and thought it was still relevant. Like, yeah, I still got my foot on these niggas' necks out here. Nah, bro, we done upgraded. Hey, he got out like Huggy Bear. I just want what I had before with the high hit platform shoes on. Nah, bro, it's over, bro.
Got the goldfish in the hill.
Yeah, it's over, bro.
Yo, Afro teacher
super
walking
fly
around with the goldfish in the water in the hills, the platforms,
with the super
thinking he
fly.
fly,
He
They
got the
was
coming through
super
the
calling me
show
fly
like
all
he
them.
fly.
He had bass in his voice and everything. We was saying, I'm like,
Yeah.
damn. I'm like, damn, because I'm thinking it's me. I'm like, damn, what I missed? I'm like, I must have missed the whole boat. I'm like, I gotta go back to the drawing board. What happened? I'm like, yeah, I gotta go sit down somewhere.
Oh man. Oh man. That's wild, yo. Oh man. Yeah, he wearing them, yo. He gotta stop it. Hey, look, bro. Hold on, yo. Hold on. He wearing these, yo.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah.
Go ahead with that Afro cheese, yo. You got the goldfish in your heels, yo.
Man. I'm like, man, he done
Pimp
sent me back
outfit.
to the. I'm like, I
Hey
gotta start all
man,
over.
what's going on, man? We got the such and such.
Yeah, they was farming. Africans been farming. Yeah, I'm like, huh?
Ah, am I listening to you? What he say? So if they find agriculture in 2014, that evidence disappeared. Man, stop it. Put your
It
source
never,
there so we can read it to
yeah, it
people. Put
never
your source there,
disappeared,
yo.
bro. It never was. They was just, bro.
Oh
That's
man.
the person that go in and
Now
does the initial
that
research.
now
They
that
always
is
hit the
funny, yo.
headlines like that. You know that, bro. You
That
know
is
that.
funny, yo. Tears in my eyes. Yo. He like Huggy Bear. Oh man. ah, 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 ah. Man. Okay. Wow. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, this man said he Huggy Bear, yo.
He could just post his put your source up, bro. I'm pretty sure I can bring it up. You know.
Yeah, go ahead, yo. Hit that.
And just so y'all know in the chat, ain't nobody cheerleading. I support my brother when the support is due, and it's times that we go to war as
Yeah,
well. So
yeah, we
don't
all,
get it
yeah.
twisted.
Yeah.
You know, he hung up the phone on me last week. Don't get it twisted.
I ain't hanging up on you. That's a damn lie. I don't let you get me frustrated, boy. I already know, yo. I'm not gonna let you get me frustrated, yo. Yeah, he like this. He running around. You gotta stop it, bro. He running around like this, bro. Look, we ain't there no more, yo. We ain't dressing like that. We ain't doing that no more. You like this, yo. We ain't dressing like this no more, yo. We ain't,
Man,
yeah, we ain't dressing like that no more, bro.
man, that nigga got out like,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
y'all,
out there, bro.
Yeah, y'all
man.
here
Stop
looking
it,
like
yo.
y'all here
Afro
looking like
pimp. Afro
y'all here looking
history
like
pimp. We ain't doing that, yo. We ain't dressing like that no more, yo. You
you out here
tripping.
looking like Dick Tracy.
Yo got beat up on the farm and ain't came back since. I'm better than the show. I'm better
Yeah,
than the moderator. Man, come on, bro. Ain't nobody cut you off. Well, respect. We don't do no disrespect. You fight with your sources around here. Your
that's
source
it.
didn't agree with what you was saying. I'm gonna go back to that show and pick your source out there, bro. You playing. I'm gonna have to get you. Yeah, I gotta get you. Let me finish this show off right here, man. We about 2 hours in, man. We don't want to get the show too far, yo. So here's the question of the day. Are the ancient Egyptians considered an indigenous people of Northeast Africa? The answer is yes. Ancient Egyptians are generally considered an indigenous people of Northeast Africa. Here are some of the key points supporting this classification. Oh, I ain't got the seeing square, yo. Get y'all out of here, man. Hold on. Yeah. My y'all racialize shit. We don't gotta racialize it. We don't gotta do no racialization. Okay, historical context, geographical origin. Ancient Egypt was located in northeast African corner of Africa. I've said this from day one. They run from that point. Primarily along the Nile River, this region has been inhabited for thousands of years, making the ancient Egyptians one of the earliest known civilizations in Africa. Cultural development. This is important. And we see people mess up the cultural development by placing skin color in the game. When you put the skin color in the game, you mess up the indigenousness of the damn Nile Valley Africans because you take away what? You take away their cultural development. Let's see what's in the fray for their cultural development. The civilization of ancient Egypt developed independently over millennia. Independently. I don't care who walked in there, it developed independently over millennia, characterized by unique cultural practices, language, Egyptian, religion, and social structure. The indigenous nature of the ancient Egyptians is reflected in their art, the architecture, and their written records. Genetic studies. Recent genetic studies have indicated that the ancient Egyptians shared genetic continuity with the modern populations in Egypt and other parts of Northeast Africa. This suggests that the ancient Egyptians are part of the broader indigenous genetic heritage in the region. Haybar, 2019. Interactions with neighboring populations. Ancient Egyptians interacted extensively with the neighboring populations, including the Nubians, the Libyans, and various groups from the Levant. These interactions contributed to the dynamic genetic landscape, but did not negate their status as indigenous groups. Stop running from the Levant. Stop running from the Libyans. Stop running from the Nubians. Knock it off. It's what makes this thing dynamic. Ethnic identity, diverse ethnic composition. Ancient Egyptian society was ethnically diverse, including indigenous Berbers and Kushite peoples, but it is primarily characterized by the unique Egyptian identity. The Egyptians are the damn Egyptians. This identity evolved over time, but maintained a continuity with prehistoric times through the pharaonic period. Historical narratives. Ancient Egyptians themselves identified as distinct from other peoples. That's from the Libyans, that's from the Nubians, and that's from the people in the damn Levant, emphasizing their cultural and geographic roots in the Nile Valley and surrounding regions. Conclusion. Overall, the ancient Egyptians are considered an indigenous people of Northeast Africa with a rich cultural, historical, and genetic legacy that has contributed significantly to the region's identity. Their civilization is one of the foundational pillars of African history. Mhm. Ancient Egyptians considered indigenous Northeast Africa. Their civilization developed along the Nile, primarily within the territory of modern day Egypt, and is recognized as one of the earliest and most influential in African history. Read the article, Ancient Egypt. Read the article, Genetic History of Egypt. Go to the Blackest Kemet place in Egypt and it's in Africa, in the Fritz Museum. Go ahead and get that. Black and Kemet. Look at that word gonna throw y'all. Read the damn article. Let the word get you. In conclusion, ancient Egyptians are recognized as indigenous people of Northeast Africa with a civilization that has significantly influenced the cultural and historical landscape of the continent. Once again, we give you all the daggone articles, archaeology of early Egypt, social transformation in Northeast Africa. The Beja people are one of the living descendants of the ancient Egyptians. The metaphor of cultural entanglement in Northeast Africa. Genetic history of Egypt, ancient Egyptian race controversy. I say read it all the time. All right. There you go. Young screenshot that and get all that. I had this on the screen, Egypt and Africa. A debated issue introduction. I had that on the screen showing and highlighting that. Penn Museum, Expedition Magazine, Ancient Egypt and Black Africa. Right? Talks about Diops. All right, read that. That's important. Early African civilization, ancient Egypt, Nubia, and Swahili. Read that. Swahili. Read all that. Get your reading up. Right? Man, we had a good time today, man. Don't y'all agree about that? Nazi, I appreciate you coming through, bro. I see ain't nobody hit that link though. They was scared to hit that link.
Appreciate the invite. No, they ain't finna hit that link.
Man, gotta hit that link, man. Man, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Big up to the Ravens, man. Strong victory today, man. Lamar Jackson looking spectacular. King Henry looking spectacular. Man, 3 the hallway looking spectacular. Nazir Lee, you look kind of spectacular today, bro. We see the chats and the hit that link, man. Y'all know what it is, man. With that.
In the land of Kemet, wisdom flows like the Nile. Unlocking the meta, restudying style. Ancestors whisper as we listen with pride. In the heart of the city, ancient truths collide. No time for the fake, skepticism is real. Free the hard way. 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 I'm the God killer from these bottomless streets, dropping knowledge bombs as the history repeats. See goes deep with wisdom, channeling the source might, teaching on the block. Ancient wrongs turn right, the law keeps it gutter, rooted like a tree. Yeah, free the hard way. Free the hard way. Free the hard way. Free the hard way.
Hey man, y'all listen to 3 the Hallway, man. I'm your host, Bobby Banger, man. Hey Gullah, you going live tonight, yo?
No, I might not go live. I might do some study tonight. I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna go live next Saturday though for sure.
Y'all know what it is, man. Ancient Egypt, let's explore together, man. This was episode 5, man. 3 the Hallway, man. Y'all know what it is. Appreciate everybody coming through, man. Hit that cash app, man, and become a member, man, of the channel, man. $5, I believe. Let me see. Let me get that link out here for y'all, man. Stop playing. I don't know why y'all be playing, man. Y'all gotta show some love, man. Show some real love, man. Show the love, man. Show the support, man. That's what we always do. We support each other, especially when you're serious about what you're doing. You gotta support us, right? Support the channel, man. It's a good, we do this thing for real over here, man. We're not playing with people, man. Y'all know what it is. We ain't playing, man. Go ahead and get your little membership, man. Let me drop the link in there. Get that green glow. Get the green glow for $5 a month. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is, man. Hit the link. Get turned green on them, yo. Greens are her. Man, appreciate everybody coming through, man. Y'all know what it is, man. I'm your host, Bobby Banger, man. See y'all next Sunday, man. We might have a special episode Tuesday with Ngozi doing his thing. We don't know. Man, big up to everybody that paid attention, man. Mike Jones, yeah, you're a funny guy. A little disrespectful, though, bro. Money bag, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you ain't, come on, Michael. Nah, come on, Lionheart. What you doing, Lionheart? What you doing?
Hey,
What
man.
you doing?
What
What you doing, man?
not much, man. Just chilling. How about you?
You ready to say something slick or what? What you doing?
No? What you talking about?
No, we on the way out. We done.
Oh, man. Nigga!
See, he hit me with that. Niger. That's what he said. Boy, I tell you, they be hating, man. Go ahead and hate there. You right there in the chat. Go ahead and hate. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm a good one, though. Y'all know what it is, man. The haters hate. We ban them haters out of here, man. They be hating all day long, man. Hey, man, make sure y'all put that right vote, man. We voted early. We going with Kamala. Simple as that. We can have no pseudos in the office. 3 the hard way, man. We out, man.